Hey, this is Mike. I'm actually fist pumping right now because I'm so excited to be here at Sparks Toyota in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hey, this is Mike. I'm checking out a 2015 Scion FRS. Little sports car. 4-cylinder sports car that gets 200 horsepower. It has a 6-speed manual transmission and it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. That's right, it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Super awesome little car, and I am super excited to show you it. And if you hear any whimpering, it's probably my Acura over there getting jealous. But anyways, this is in the new color, which is called Halo, which is kind of like a pearl white. And so you can see, has like a really, hopefully you can see in the camera here, that it has like that pearl kind of, it's not just a regular white, it's kind of a special white. And you can check out those wheels. They're 17-inch aluminum alloy sporty looking wheels, and it has a set of Michelin tires. Sweet car. Now the windows have been tinted by the dealer. They don't normally come from the factory with tinted windows, just to let you know that. But this little two-door car is impressive in all senses. So let's check out the front here. It does have the projector, halogen projector headlights. You do have some daytime running lights, which you can turn on and off. There's LEDs, a string of LEDs there, which are very bright, and you can see them during the day. Then you've got that blacked out grill there for the airflow to go through the engine. And this has a special type of engine, which I'll show you before it's over. There's the headlight there. Has a pretty sleek, low profile, low center of gravity style, and the engine kind of helps out with that, and I'll show you that before, like I said, in a few minutes. And here's the window sticker. Hopefully you can read that. Of course, you can use the pause button and check it out more in detail. But let's take a look at the passenger side. All right. Check out the black with the red stitching. Isn't that awesome? Then you've got the soft to the touch. Pretty much everything here. The handle is a real solid feel to it. It's got like a metal accent there. And your power windows and your door lock controls are there. You got a nice cool looking speaker. Bottle holder there. You've got that sporty threshold across the bottom there. And the seats are kind of racy. Kind of a racing look. They have some really good shoulder bolsters and headrests that lean into you to kind of hug your body. And the seats, you know, they are comfortable. It is a, you know, fairly low to the ground vehicle, and so you do have that, you know, sporty seats and the low to the ground, so you can tell it's a sports car. So let's take a look back here. Now the back seats have that same bolster to them on the sides, so even the backseat drivers can be secure in their seats while you're making aggressive cornering maneuvers and stuff like that. It does have the latch system to where you can you know, attach a car seat in here. And of course the leg room is not significant at all in the back seats when the front seats are all the way back. But the front seats are very roomy. It's really, hate to say it's just a two-seater because it does have the back seats, but I mean, basically if you need use the back seat, this may not be the car for you as like a daily driver type thing. This is more for, you know, 2-passenger, maybe 3 sometimes, but mostly just 2-passenger. And that's the way a lot of sporty cars are. Alright, so checking out the back, you'll notice it is a dual exhaust. Now the 4-cylinder, like I said, is a special boxer engine to where 2 cylinders are opposing each other. So you have 2 cylinders to the left and 2 cylinders to the right. So it actually does have true dual exhaust because you're 2 cylinders per pipe here. So it's not any kind of split or anything like that. It does have a pinstripe there. So let me go ahead and open up the trunk so we can check that out. Using this button here, you do have to hold it for a second and it opens up. And you see the Scion badge there. And then you've got the FRS badge. And the trunk's pretty decent size actually. A little bit of a smaller opening than the average trunk, but it does have some decent room in there. Especially considering it houses a spare tire with your tools and everything. It also has that the tow hook there, so that's pretty cool. Now, one thing you want to consider when buying a new car nowadays, they don't always come with a spare tire, so you definitely want to make sure that you at least know whether you're getting a spare tire or not. Actually look at it and see it. Don't rely on people's word. You go and you want to see your spare tire, because you do not want to find out that you don't have a spare tire on a Saturday night while you're traveling out of town. That's the worst time to find out these things. But anyways, here's the inside of the driver's door, and it is a mirror of the other side, very sporty and everything with the red stitching, but you also have some more buttons here. You got a bottle holder there, but you have the power windows for both sides. You've got the door locks, power door locks. You can also lock out the other, the passenger door windows from being rolled up and down. And that little joystick right there is for your side mirror controls. You just have to choose which side, and then you can adjust it using, moving it around like that. And you put it back in the center so it doesn't accidentally get bumped. Manual adjustments on the seats. But check out those seats. I mean, seriously. This car is awesome. Alrighty, let's go ahead and hop in. Shut the door. And soak it in. Now let me open the door back up because I need to show you something here. Here's the dimmer switch. You saw where I opened the trunk there, but to the left of that is your dimmer switch for your interior lighting. And you can, scroll it up and down and get your interior lighting exactly the way you want it. Alright, just kind of pan around so you can see what your possible next vehicle looks like. Okay, so let's start with the steering wheel. Let me turn the fan down slightly. It is kind of warm out. So the steering wheel has the black design like you see in the rest of the vehicle with the hand-stitched red stitching around the inside there. And certain portions are smooth, like this top part and this bottom part. You see that smooth, but then you've got these perforated or dimples there on the sides, which gives you a little bit extra grip. Because when you're really excited and you're driving this car, your hands might get sweaty, so you kind of need that extra grip there. Plus you have these bolsters here, these thickness in the steering wheel here and here, and that's not only to look cool, of course it does, but also when you got your hand here, if you need to lift up, you've got a stopper. It basically stops your hands from slipping too much there with that thick part there. So it is functional. And you got the Scion badge there in the center. And here's your cruise control settings here. So basically, just to make sure it's turned on, by pushing this button, you will have an indicator on the dash, which I'll show you. And then you set it by pushing it down, and then your cruise control set. Now, after you set it, you can accelerate or deaccelerate, or you can always cancel it, turn it off. Pulling it in cancels it. This turns it on and off. So there is a distinction. So canceling the speed, but you can always reset. When you turn this off, you will not be able to set it again until you turn it back on. So that's the difference there. And I mean, one of the reasons for, if you have it off, you can't, if you accidentally hit this switch, it's not going to turn on, and that's the whole point of having to have the ability to turn it off. So there's that. All right. So you do have automatic headlights over here, so you can adjust your automatic high, your headlights and your parking lights. You also have down here, I'm gonna open the door again, because down here is your, see where it says DRL right here? DRL, that stands for daytime running lights. So you can literally turn those on and off if you want to. They're not always on. So if you need to sneak up on somebody, you can still do that. All right, so your windshield wipers and washer controls are on the right side there. And here's the gauges. Now you notice the center gauge is your speed. That is white, has a white background. I'm sorry, the center gauge is your RPMs, and it has a white background because your RPMs, you really want to focus on your shift points when you have a manual transmission, especially. And there's a cool shift light too. So you can set it from anywhere from 2,000 RPMs all the way up to like a little bit over 7,000 RPMs. Your shift light will turn on, and it's factory, which is pretty cool. And then you got your gauges, fuel gauge, where you can see it's low on fuel right now, and then your temperature there. And then the left side is your speedometer, and you'll probably notice this speedometer swings out pretty good and goes to 160. So that's pretty neat. So let me just show you what the that's the shift light. That's what it looks like there. So you can set that to different speeds if you want to. And you also have your odometer trip here, and you can change from kilometer per hour to miles per hour. And it has a digital speedometer there too, integrated. Very good laid out design. I really like the fact they have the RPMs front and center and the real big digital speedometer. I really like that. So over here you have a basically, I don't know if that's simulated carbon fiber or what, but it looks awesome. This carbon fiber accents here stands out and sets off the radio. So right now it is a Scion Pioneer radio with Bluetooth. You can play music through the Bluetooth system. You can send and receive calls. But right now the radio says audio off. I'm trying to get a good angle here because there's a little bit of a glare. I can see it fine with my eyes, but sometimes the camera doesn't pick it up quite so good. So pushing audio. See, it says audio off. I can go ahead and turn it on by pushing this button here. And there's your presets there. You can change the different source. So like say an AM, FM, satellite radio, that kind of stuff. You can cycle through that. You can seek through tracks. It does have a CD player here at the top. You can scroll through whichever station you want. Now this does have the ability to upgrade to navigation, which it doesn't have right now, but your dealer can upgrade it if you wanted to do that. So down here is your clock, which I like the way they had that separate. You can, you know right where to look. You don't have to find it on a touch screen. And your four-way flashes are here, and your climate control buttons. So your climate control, where you want the air to blow, fan speed, temperature, air conditioning, recirculate the air. That's the main features there. Very simple and well laid out. So here's a place to put your cell phone or whatever right here. This is your auxiliary input and your USB port. Not only can you charge with your USB port, but you can also play music through the system. So CD player, AM FM, satellite radio. You can also have HD radio. You have Bluetooth. You have USB and auxiliary inputs. So there's like tons of ways to play music through this car. So here's your shifter, and I like the way that it shifts because it is a short so it just barely, just short distance there, and you're changing gears. It's not like you're going too far. And also, so like say see it says first reverse gear here. when you push it all the way to the over here and then up, that's first gear. If you want to go in reverse, you have to pull this up. So that you're not going to accidentally go into reverse. So it's going to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I like the way they put the reverse there and with the button there, because and the 6-speed transmission, I'm used to a 5-speed, so sometimes they have the 6-speed transmission and the reverse is there to the far right, and sometimes I'm worried that I'm going to go too far over and go in reverse accidentally. So this eliminates that worry. You can really cycle through the gears and never have to worry about accidentally going into reverse. Really awesome. There's the parking brake right here, pretty much standard. You just lift it up, secure the vehicle, and you can turn traction control off if you really want to spin tires and get sporty. And this is the stability control. You can turn that off. So basically it is, so when you push that, your stability control is based on sport, and your traction control is turned off instantly by pushing that button. It'll give you an indicator up here that both of those are modified. So, you know, if you really want to get sporty, spin tires, stuff like that, might as well just go ahead and push that button and you pretty much do whatever you want. Quick access, shallow, place to put something there. I guess if you know, quarters, or I'm not sure exactly, but it is kind of shallow, but it is something right out there to remind you to pick it back up before you exit the vehicle. Now this is an interesting place. There's no armrest here. I don't know if that's an option or not, but it does have this this cup holder system, and that's removable. So you can take this out and just leave it out if you want. There's a power supply in there, 12 volt, plus you got this big storage container. So, you know, if you want to have cup holders, you can have them. And they have grooves there, so you can, you know, snap it in place and it's not going to go anywhere. But thought that was kind of interesting. So here's your rear view mirror. It is the kind of the flippy kind. You flip to the night mode there if you want. Interior light, so you can have it on, off, or in the middle is when the door's open. Right here is your microphone for your Bluetooth system. So you can, you know, talk and normally, and it picks it up there. Here's your visor with a mirror in it. It also has this little thing right here that helps, you know, you can put pieces of paper or mail or whatever in there. The dash has like some speakers and kind of sporty looking design. Take a look out there and see what the visibility looks like in the back. Looks very good to me. Seats are awesome all the way around. I really like this car. I mean, for the price point they're offering this vehicle, it's a really good 4-cylinder sports car with 200 horsepower, manual transmission, and rear-wheel drive. Okay, so usually a car like this would be front-wheel drive. But let me show you the engine, and I'll show you, kind of explain a little reason why it's like this. This one does have an aluminum hood. It's very easy to lift up. Very lightweight. So let's go ahead and lift this up. And it is a D4S, Toyota and Subaru teamed up to give you this engine. And so basically, there's 2 cylinders on this side, and there's 2 cylinders on that side. It's a flat, kind of like a flat type engine. And so you notice it's a very low profile. It doesn't stick up very high. That gives you a low center of gravity on the engine. You know, on the whole car. So basically, your intake's on the top. So you got 2 cylinder heads, one on this side, one on that side. You got your intakes there on the top, and then your exhausts are on the bottom. So your heat is being dissipated out of the bottom of the engine. Your oil filter is right there. How about that for get easy to change your oil? Everything's well laid out, easy to get to. You can actually see engine. It's not covered up with plastic. All right, Scion, you did a very good job with this car. I'm very impressed with the layout, the quality of all the materials, the comfort, visibility, and of course, the horsepower. But anyways, if you have any experience with one of these vehicles, please share it in the comments. I'd really like to hear from you. 2015 or earlier, doesn't matter if you've ever had one of these vehicles. I'd really like to hear from you. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching. And thank you to Sparks Toyota in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for allowing me to share this awesome vehicle with everybody in the world. It really excites me to be able to check out cool cars like this, and Sparks Toyota made it possible for me and you to check this car out. So I really appreciate it. I do not work for Sparks Toyota. I don't work for them. I work for you. So if you could send me a tip, I'd really appreciate it. That helps me cover my expenses and everything to show you these vehicles, and that helps out a lot. Also, if you can like and subscribe to my channel, share these videos with your friends and family, stuff like that helps me out as well. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.